50 miles from East High School last night after a 10-hour manhunt. And tonight, law enforcement sources confirming to
Black.
ABC News
Oh
that
my
back in
God, why?
2021,
Why?
Lyle was
Young
expelled
boy.
from a different
Why?
school
Why?
after
Why?
owning a weapon. And in a separate incident,
Oh
he
my
was
God.
charged as a minor with possession of a dangerous weapon.
When you
For
find
real?
somebody who's in possession of a weapon, I feel like
That's
they
crazy.
automatically they have to go. They're putting others in harm.
Lyle, who school leaders described as potentially violent, began attending East High this year under a safety plan requiring him to be
Yeah, oh
patted
my
down
God.
and
Why he had to
searched
be
for
an African
weapons every
American
day.
young boy?
In the wake of the shooting, officials announcing school resource officers from the Denver PD will now be posted at all public high schools after they were removed back in 2020. But parents still concerned.
We can't say, okay, well, we're just going to trust that they're going to figure it out. There's going to be 2 armed safety officers here in this giant school with over 3,000 of you. How do we just send them here and cross our fingers?
Sophomore Grace Todd says the threat has become part of everyday life at East High.
This is so normal at this point, and it's not an East problem. This is a district problem, a city problem, a national problem.
Tonight, both victims now recovering. Dean Eric Sinclair remains hospitalized in serious condition, and Dean Gerald Mason, seen here smiling from his hospital bed, has been released. Well, the Denver Public School District removed their school resource officers from campuses back in 2020 in the wake of George Floyd's murder. And tonight, the school board announcing that officers will return to campuses for the rest of this year. And David, they will vote this summer on whether to make that move permanent. All right, Mola Lengi leading us off tonight. Mola, thank you. Now, this school shooting in Denver comes amid a major landmark ruling tonight in another case, and it centers on this question. Can the parents of a school shooter be held responsible too? Tonight, a Michigan appeals court decided the parents of Ethan Crumbley, who killed 4 students at his high school, will face trial themselves for involuntary manslaughter. Authorities say the father bought his son the gun and that the parents allegedly ignored real warning signs. Here's Trevor Ault on that part of the story tonight. Tonight, an unprecedented move from a Michigan Court of Appeals ruling the parents of school shooter Ethan Crumbley will go to trial themselves. James and Jennifer Crumbley have pleaded not guilty to 4 counts each of involuntary manslaughter for what prosecutors say was their responsibility in their son's 2021 massacre, killing 4 students and injuring 7 others. Prosecutors say the Crumbleys denied Ethan's request for psychological help. Soon after, Ethan's father bought him the weapon used in the shooting.
He bought him the gun.
Well, and the first thing he did when he heard about the school shooting was go back home to see if the gun was there. So it certainly was on the top of his head.
Prosecutors say before the shooting, Ethan's mother laughed off a report from the school saying Ethan was researching ammunition in class, and say the day of the massacre they declined to take him home after he was caught drawing a person shot. The Crumbley's attorneys admit the parents made tremendously bad decisions, but argue they shouldn't be held personally responsible for their child's crimes. But the judges noted the substantial red flags the parents allegedly ignored.
It's very clear that these are things that any objective, reasonable person would have looked at and seen warning signs. And that's really the difference between just parenting and what we see in this particular case.
And Ethan Crumbley has already pleaded guilty to all counts in this shooting, and he's facing the possibility of life in prison, but he may still be called to testify in this case, either for or against his own parents.
David, Trevor Ault tonight. Trevor, our thanks to you as well. We're going to turn now to the heated showdown on Capitol Hill today. The CEO of TikTok under fire from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle over your personal information, your privacy, and over national security concerns involving the massively popular TikTok app. The CEO trying to fend off a possible ban today on the Hill promising that there's a firewall protecting your personal information from the Chinese government. But you're about to see the back and forth. Lawmakers were not convinced. Here's our senior congressional correspondent, Rachel Scott, on the Hill tonight.
Today, the CEO of TikTok swarmed by cameras on Capitol Hill. Lawmakers from both parties unloading right from the start.
TikTok surveils us all. And the Chinese Communist Party is able to use this as a tool to manipulate America as a whole. Your platform should be banned.
For more than 5 hours, CEO Shou Chu defended the wildly popular app and its Chinese parent company ByteDance, insisting the platform had taken steps to protect the data of its millions of American users.
There are more than 150 million Americans who love our platform, and we know we have a responsibility to protect them. We will firewall protect the U.S. data, from unwanted foreign access.
But there are serious questions about whether the Chinese government would ever respect that firewall. Lawmakers weren't buying it.
You spoke in your opening statement about a firewall relative to the data. But the Chinese government has that data.
I have seen no evidence that the Chinese government has access to that data. They have never asked us. We have not provided.
But you know what?
I've asked
I find that actually preposterous.
One member after another grilling Chu on whether TikTok and its Chinese parent company had spied on Americans, something the Department of Justice is investigating.
Has ByteDance spied on American citizens?
I don't think that spying is the right way to describe it.
Chu was asked directly if he agreed with top U.S. intelligence officials that China could use TikTok as a tool to manipulate millions of Americans.
Do you disagree with their statement?
The statement says could.
So do you disagree with that?
No, I don't disagree.
Lawmakers today also raising concerns about how quickly harmful and dangerous content is able to be spread on the app. But at the same time, they recognize that millions of young Americans use TikTok every single day. So now the White House and Congress are forced to weigh its popularity with the risk. David?
That's a question for sure, too. Rachel Scott tonight. Rachel, thank you again. We turn next here to the dangerous tornado and flooding threat on the move tonight. 50 million Americans from Texas all the way up to Pennsylvania. It's the same storm that brought that confirmed EF1 now just outside downtown LA. Winds up to 110 miles an hour. The strongest tornado in LA in 40 years there. The dangerous storm now moving quickly. Let's get right to senior meteorologist Rob Marciano. He is live in Dallas tonight, where they're bracing for what could be a difficult night ahead. Good evening, Rob.
Hello, David. You can really feel the spring warmth and humidity here in Texas, and that's helping fuel some of those storms that were sparked by that California storm. They're bubbling up in Oklahoma. That's where a severe thunderstorm watch is. That Morrison to a flood watch that extends all the way into West Virginia. Tonight, though, we got a threat for seeing heavy rain, big-time hail, and big winds. Dallas back to San Angelo. A bigger threat for tornadoes, I think, tomorrow. Shreveport, Alexandria, Jackson, up through Memphis could see some strong tornadoes as well. The center of this low will traverse north and east across Missouri. That's where heavy rain, that's where the flooding rains will be. Across Paducah and up the Ohio River Valley during the day tomorrow and tomorrow night. Some of this rain's going to be really heavy. It gets into New York City as well by Saturday morning. And some snow wraparounding back through Chicagoland. Maybe some significant accumulations. But the most dangerous weather will be over the next 36 hours here in the tornado zone.
David, Rob Marciano in Dallas for us. Thank you, Rob. Next to that new mid-air scare, this time right in the cockpit of a Southwest Airlines flight from Las Vegas to Columbus. The pilot suffering a medical emergency, fainting in mid-air. An off-duty pilot from a different airline just happened to be on board and stepped in to help the co-pilot. Here's Stephanie Ramos.
Tonight, an off-duty pilot riding as a passenger on a Southwest Airlines flight jumping into the cockpit, helping safely land the aircraft after one of the two pilots suffered a medical emergency mid-flight.
The captain, he came incapacitated while en route. He's in the back of the aircraft right now with the flight attendant, but we need to get him on an ambulance immediately.
The Southwest Boeing 737 flight from Las Vegas to Columbus, Ohio departed Wednesday morning. Shortly after takeoff, that pilot becoming ill.
He started to feel some stomach pain, and then probably about maybe 5 or so minutes later, fainted.
The flight diverting back to Las Vegas. In a statement, Southwest saying a credentialed pilot from another airline who was on board entered the flight deck and assisted with radio communication while our Southwest pilot flew the aircraft.
These incidents happen very infrequently. In an instance like this, any kind of pilot can be helpful to that pilot left flying.
Southwest has not provided an update on that pilot's condition, citing privacy regulations. An alternate Southwest crew was able to complete the flight from Las Vegas to Columbus later that day. David?
It's a good thing that other pilot was on board. Stephanie, thank you. We're going to turn now to disturbing new police video. Newly released body cam images tonight showing the deadly police shooting of a suspect who had allegedly stolen a pair of sunglasses at Nordstrom's in Virginia. He was unarmed. But the police chief is now saying tonight, and here's our Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas now.
Tonight, officers with the Fairfax County Police in Virginia under investigation after one of them fatally shot an unarmed man who allegedly stole a pair of sunglasses. The story begins 1 month ago with 37-year-old Timothy Johnson at the Nordstrom's department store at the Tyson's Corner Mall. Police say he can be seen here stealing at least one pair of sunglasses. Within minutes, police say store alarms sound.
You set off sensors, right?
Officers are suddenly in hot pursuit. This police body camera rolls.
Blackmail. Going towards 7.
It's shortly after 6 p.m. and dark. In the closing moments of the chase, it's not exactly clear what happens until 2 officers discharge their weapons.
Stop reaching! Shots fired! Shots fired.
According to police, Johnson is shot once in the chest. He's taken to a local hospital and pronounced dead.
It just does not make any sense at all.
The family's attorney says the officers were not in imminent danger. Tonight, one of the officers involved placed on restrictive duty. The other who fired the fatal shot dismissed from the force.
David, the police says that the actions of the fired officers do not meet the standards of his department. A local prosecutor is investigating, David.
Pierre Thomas in Washington. Pierre, thank you. Now to a case making national headlines. A Colorado dentist and father of 6 charged with fatally poisoning his wife by lacing her protein shakes. The children were in court today as he was brought in, and tonight the stunning text messages revealed here. The wife texting her husband, "I feel drugged," and what he texted her back. Here's Kena Whitworth.
Tonight, the dentist accused of poisoning his wife, formally charged with first-degree murder. James Craig appearing in an orange jumpsuit in a Colorado courtroom with family members, including some of his 6 children, looking on. Authorities say Craig dosed their mother Angela's protein shakes, then posed as a concerned husband at her hospital bedside, texting these images to a friend. Angela Craig's symptoms were a mystery to medical personnel. But Craig's business partner, who had recently confronted him about ordering potassium cyanide, a deadly poison, to their office, grew suspicious and told a nurse, leading investigators to Craig. According to his arrest affidavit, Craig conducted numerous online searches about poisons, including how many grams of pure arsenic will kill a human. News of his arrest surprising a former employee.
Shocking is just an understatement. Their relation just seemed like right out of a fairy tale.
But text messages between the couple and court documents reveal a troubling history. Angela texting her husband, "I feel drugged," after drinking her shake. He responded, "Given our history, I know that must be triggering. Just for the record, I didn't drug you." Angela's sister telling law enforcement Craig had allegedly drugged Angela approximately 5 to 6 years ago, and the two had a tumultuous marriage. Investigators alleging Craig wanted out to start a new life with a mistress, and has gone to great lengths to try and end his wife's life.
And David, Craig waived his right to a preliminary hearing, but he will appear in court again early next month, and he could face a maximum sentence of life in prison. David.
All right, Kena, thank you. Overseas tonight, protests across France this evening after President Macron raised the retirement age there from 62 to 64 now. The strike's shutting down transportation, schools, and other services. In fact, in Paris, some protests turning violent. Unions tonight calling for another day of nationwide strikes when King Charles visits next week. When we come back here tonight, the major ban this evening involving transgender women athletes and what this could mean for the Olympics. Reaction already pouring in. And more than 500,000 vehicles recalled tonight. A warning to owners not to park them in your garage.
Ain't that something? So this was going on in the world today. Crazy. All this stuff that's going on. All I can say is, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I can say, Lord, put your hands on the world. So I can say, put your hands on the world, Lord. Because we need it. Too much stuff. Too much, too much, too much. Too much stuff.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT now.
It's easy to get lost in investment research. Introducing JP Morgan Personal Advisors. Connect with an advisor to create your personalized plan and the right investments for your goals. I agree. JP Morgan Wealth Management. What if you were a gigantic snack food maker?
Yeah, this is this okay, yo. This is the other part. Have I been on her that long? 56 minutes. I say 56 minutes.
Chocolate-covered goodness with real-time data-driven precision. Let's create supply chains that have
or pill. It's amazing that a tiny device can provide 15 years.
Hear the helicopter? Something going on in the neighborhood. Sometimes the helicopter be leaving off the farm field. The farmers.
A ban on transgender women. The organization says transgender women who went through male puberty will not be allowed to compete against female athletes in elite track and field events. Authorities say without any change, this would essentially block them from competing.
That's awful. They run, they can win. They win. Wow. This is United States. You should be able to do what you want. Right. I don't care if they're trans, gay, whatever. They should be able to do what they want. They ain't hurt nobody. This is the world, United States. Huh. I don't know. The damn peoples, I don't know, who run stuff like that. I ain't gonna say too much because I don't know no better, but I think it's wrong. We're open these days in the world. Who is? Lord, they ain't killing nobody. Like some people. Woo. Lord have mercy, put your hand on the world. I know I said it before, but we need all the love and praise from you, Lord. Amen. Too much stuff going on. There's going to be part 2 of my other video that's left. I don't know why I didn't get the SIM card. I need a SIM card. I just hope this don't stop. This is Kiss. This is G-Mom and family. And I'm just going to say thank you very, very much for subscribing. And thank y'all comment. I hope y'all comment. Let me know what's going on. How y'all doing? And like, I know you're very, I see a lot of people like my videos. I see a lot of. Just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. It's just a chill day video. I don't know. This is a lazy day for me. I'm just recuperating for being sick a little bit. Sorry for digging in my nose, but the fact that it's like to drip. Oh, excuse me. If I'm eating a cup of soup and salad. Somebody buzzing. Somebody cooking something down here. Y'all got something on the microwave or oven? I can't be hot. I'm just getting my voice stuff back together a little bit. Do all that howling. There you go, again.
To the index in Hyundai and Kia recalling nearly 600,000 vehicles. They warn a faulty tow hitch assembly in some SUVs and minivans could cause an electrical short and fire risk. Owners should park outside away from the house. It includes recent models of the Hyundai Santa Fe and the Kia Carnival. More on our website tonight. When we come back,
well, it's a rental. I got a Kia. Just hope the Sorrento don't do that. Tell you all these new stuff, man. They ain't fixing it right. Tomorrow come. I guess I gotta get and see what's going on. Like buzzing. I'm gonna try to get up. My bones, my leg is not acting right today. I got her. Oh, okay. What buzzing? Oh, the oven. Y'all got something in the oven? The oven. That's the baked macaroni. That's the baked macaroni. That was the baked macaroni. In the oven. You can't see it, but it's in the oven. Baked macaroni. My daughter gonna cook. It's cooking. I love the kitchen.
This year at Ashley's anniversary sale, we were able to secure a more affordable price on the same great quality as before, and we're passing those savings on to you. And bonus savings on outdoor furniture. Plus, we're offering 5-year special financing only at Ashley.
He doesn't care if you have a date, a day off, or a double shift. Make your move and get out in front of excellence with steroid-free Sabinco. Not injection. Sabinco is a once-daily
Okay. Welcome to I stay as long as possible, but I'm getting sleepy. I'm about to close the eyes. I ate too much stuff within a half an hour, an hour ago. Ate all kinds of stuff. Then my daughter bought me some jelly beans. I mixed the jelly beans with a cup of soup and the salad. My stomach said blub, 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 blub. And my eyes is droozling.
It's time to get out in front of excellence. Ask your doctor about once daily.
I'm going to say, again, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Notification bell. And a like and a comment. And again, thank you. I'm going to keep on saying thank you for y'all watching my videos and viewing and hitting that subscribe. So I can say thank you to all the YouTubers and the fans. This is G-Mom and family. I'm going to say be safe out there. Just take your day at a time. Smell the roses. That's all I can say. Try and stay out of trouble. Just be safe. Okay? Alright. It's G-Mom family. Out and about. Peace.